Good evening, Willing. It's nice to be together again, joined in this beautiful will we have to be a willing, to be proactive people, not just to observe life, but to participate in life and to explore, to uncover the mysteries of life, to be creative. So we will start from today a new cycles, a new topic, and that is the topic of human star and constellation sites. Attendees of last year's retreat in Cyprus explored this topic with me. They know a lot about it by now, but I'm always interested as well to hear what will come through. I'm always learning something new, of course. Not that I'm channeling someone's information. I'm not fond of channeling personally. And there are no channeled elements in a will system. But you may say that what I channel, you can call it a higher mind, or I would rather call it inner self. So I'm channeling me. But this surface part of me is kind of dull, not so intelligent. It's a good recipient, but not a great source of knowledge, of true knowledge. So it's better to be silent and to listen what is coming through from the inner self. So this topic of human star is knowledge that I didn't discover. All of the will system is basically my own insights, but I don't try to be original at any cost. I try to be truthful at any cost. And whenever I find that some teachings or some enlightened person is created a body of knowledge that is in accord with the principles of will system, I accept it readily, but through my own lens. As far as I know, there is no teaching that is firmly standing on the standpoint of will system fully. But when it is high percentage, I accept it. And most important thing is empowerment of every human individual. True empowerment, not just like some formula or a phrase, but a real self-empowerment. That's most important for me. And proactive approach to life. So information about existence and nature and the role of human star in human life was received by Dr. Ljubisha Stojanovic. Don't try to pronounce it. And for simplicity, I call him doctor. Okay. And that knowledge is true. The part I disagree is that from doctor's perspective, everything is energy. He has no any perception of plane of informational level being independent and as such, or consciousness preceding energy. For him, everything is energy. Information is aspect of energy, and consciousness is a fact of energy, human energy. I disagree with that. But that is not crucial. The main principles and informations in the body of knowledge he received through his inner guidance is absolutely true and tested for decades now. I will soon create a free webinar where I will give a lecture on this topic with more details for the people who are not informed about it. And as far as I know, no one in history, let alone today, received full and complete knowledge about the human stars. So, since I'm guided, I'm inspired to do this practice with you, healing practice and induction practice. I need to share some information about it. And if you are interested in more detailed explanation, I will share the link, YouTube link, for this lecture when I record it. So, human star, the closest to it is something that is popularly known in New Age culture as a higher self. So, in New Age, when they speak about higher self, they don't say much. We don't know how it looks like. We don't have details on its functions, or its purpose, or nature of connection between the higher self and a human. Its position compared to human body, position in the informational space, conscious space, and most of all, its purpose of existence. So basically, we don't have much information. That's like this. In New Age, they say it's part of ourselves that is still connected with the source. Divine self, they call it. But quite often, it's like mistaken for inner self, and it's not clear, basically. So let me give some basic information. I call it a human star because it looks like a star, like a sun, literally. And in order to make a difference between a physical star, I can call it a spiritual star, Doctor said that after he understood its nature and functions, he would name it source of life, individual source of life, because that's what it is for every human person. It looks like a huge ball of plasmoid energy. Like when you look at, when you have a close look at the sun, there is this plasmatic movement on the surface. There is constant movement on the surface, yet there is a steel core in it. The diameter it can be up to 2 meters. So it's quite big. It's connected to the human person in such a way that it can move freely around the person up to 300 meters away from the human body, up to 300 meters. So it can have quite a considerable range of movement. When there is a direct connection between the human and a human star, it hovers above the head, approximately 1 meter above the head. The way how it is connected with the human is through spiritual sense or organ that is usually called third eye. It's not sixth chakra, third eye. It's not a chakra. Its location is not between the eyebrows. It's behind the center of the forehead, in the center of the head. And it looks like a vertical iris. And that's an organ of spiritual perception. And not just perception, but action as well. Basically, that spiritual organ is connecting human brain and human energetic system, subtle bodies and aura, with the spiritual world. So it's the place of interconnection of the consciousness, energy aspect, and central nervous system as well, brain. So when human star wants to share information with the human it follows, it will send a beam of, it looks like a beam of light. It's concentrated information. It's not energy, it's concentrated information. Beam of concentrated information hitting the third eye, hitting the spiritual organ in the center of the brain, behind the forehead. And then it is translated, this information is translated into spheroid wave of thought, starting from the center of the brain, from the third eye sense, expanding and passing through the brain and outside into infinity. As this wave of thought, spheroid wave of thought, is passing through the brain, it's sharing its information that is carried by it, and we subjectively perceive it as our own thought. So it's, you can call it inner voice, inspiration. People call it intuition as well, but intuition is coming from the soul level. It's a bit different. This is human spirit. This is spirit. Higher self is more spirit. But not to go much into differentiation. So inspiration, intuition, inner voice, that's this inner communication with our own human star. Our human star is part of ourselves, yet it is independent. It is not you. It is not yourself, higher, lower, middle, inner, any self. Human star is created by the Christ energy or source of life energy. In an embryo state and holding in its embryonic state potentially knowledge of all universe. So it's omniscient, omnipowerful, omnipotent, yes, and indestructible, imperishable. It has eternal life. There is no any energy, information, entity, anything created that can damage its energy. So it is like one divine cell, you may say. For a human star in its embryonic form to develop and to activate this inherent knowledge and power, a creativity is needed. So imagine, human star knows everything potentially, holds all the knowledge of universe, functions of all the energies, everything that exists, it has divine knowledge and divine power, but latent, dormant. The only thing that human star does not have is initiative, will. It's passive. It doesn't have any desire, any impulse to move or to do something. It's not programmed for that. That's why for the human star to develop, to activate all this knowledge and power, what is necessary is to be connected with the being having free will. And it is kind of symbiotic relationship. It has all the knowledge and power, not having the free will. We have free will, we don't have knowledge and power in ourselves. We have it in a dormant state. And potentially, human star will eventually, as it is fully matured, have a free will as well. Have this impulse to act coming from itself. But we need to live in symbiotic relationship until the full maturity is reached. Full activation, when I say maturity, full activation of this divine knowledge and power. That cannot happen in one lifetime. Approximately, human star needs to follow around 300 human lives in order to reach this state of full maturity. And that is what it's reincarnating. It's not human soul, it's not human consciousness, that's misunderstanding. So we can see a human star as a sample of divine, of all universe, of macro universe, like a nerve end of macro universe. And our third eye, spiritual sense, spiritual organ, is a nerve end of our micro universe. And that's where synapse lies, in connection between our third eye and the human star. You can think of it as your personal God that is in a still child. It needs to develop, to mature. But it's God. So the only thing that is necessary for the development of human star is human creativity. When you want to create something new, you have a task to deal with. You have questions that ask for answers. You want to improve something or create completely new. That impulse to get the idea, to connect with the source of knowledge and power in order to realize your creative project is reaching your human star, and human star is connecting with cosmic libraries and activating its own knowledge and power and sharing it with the creative person. And there lies development of human star as well as human who is creative. So that is our mission as a species. That is the reason why we are given free will to be creative. And that is the purpose of human existence. No more nor less. That's the meaning of our lives. Through creative endeavor to develop human star that is connected with us. In return, human star is providing us with unimaginable support, healing, teachings, guidance, protection, development. Nikola Tesla said, I haven't invented anything. All what I discovered, I have received. And that's something many inventors and powerful creators are sharing as a common ground. They feel they receive from some source inspiration and guidance. And that source is human star. When you have a feeling that you speak with God, you are not speaking with the creator, prime creator. No one is. And there is no need to speak with him, her, it. Because there is a personal God. There is part of him, one cell, that is custom made for you. It's amazing, isn't it? And it holds all the divine knowledge and power, all the divine love and motivation to follow your own development. That much I would share about it now. I will give more details in this lecture to come. So we will do now a healing session. And the source of healing influence will be our own human star. Sit comfortably. Leave your pencils. Close your eyes. Bring your attention in. Follow your breath. Give yourself a minute to relax through acceptance of reality as it is. Repeat after me mentally. I petition my human star to heal me. Thank you. Is there anyone who would like to share how was it? Is there anyone that haven't experienced nothing? Okay. Yes, Luisa.
I will share my experience. Um, I have cleared some old what we were talking about last time. The old projected self, like sidestepped it. So the higher self really like just sent this beautiful like impulse of thanks to Catherine as influence to this impulse, but it didn't just go to me. It like replicated, like double time, as in the higher self and me, like together. And this was like a deeper cleanse of activation. I want to say.
What do you mean by into higher self and me simultaneously? Was the higher self the source of this impulse or somewhere else?
No, they just ignited at the same time.
Higher self and you.
Mhm.
Yeah?
Yes.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Okay, yes. Anyone else? No. Okay. So, what is interesting about this method is that you can use it whenever, and everyone can use it without exception. It's preferable if you are in the relaxed state of mind, but even if it is some shock or strong stress, or there is some urgent situation, you can just think of your human star and say, heal me, help me, and you will definitely receive help. So I would suggest to do this practice on a daily basis. You can repeat it as many times as you wish. After you ask for a healing by mentally or verbally, orally, saying this sentence, I petition my human star to heal me. It's not the secret formula. If you think about your human star and you say, healing please, that will work as well. Or you will maybe find some other sentence that means basically the same thing, that will work as well. The point is to ask your human star for a healing session, but politely. You can command it as well, but the effects are more limited if you command your human star, or if you just say, I wish you to heal me. Better effects are if you are civil. And bear in mind, it's an entity, it's a being, it's a consciousness. So some respect is in order, yeah? The range of powers given to the human star in order to protect and help its human are basically limitless. It can transfer enlightened state of consciousness, like initiate you, induce enlightenment. Even if you are a highly creative person and your creativity is aiming at a betterment of human civilization, you are strongly contributing to overall development of human civilization. You become VIP on a spiritual level. Yeah, literally. You become important for all universe because you are a channel for a macro work, for helping others, for helping human civilization. In whatever creative area you find your talents and inspiration to help, to contribute. For those highly creative persons, human star can even resurrect you. So you die, and human star sends a strong impulse of light and resurrect you. Because you are too precious to be lost for this plane of existence. So my point is here, basically there is no limit what you can receive from your human star. It's up to us to be creative and to dedicate our creativity to to overall good. Helping one person is helping everyone. So I don't mean we should all start mass movements or find a cure for cancer or something like that. No, no, no. Just providing consolation to someone who is in distress, that's huge. We cannot see the range of blessings that are coming to us. We can feel it to some extent. So this intention to do good in a creative way, to write a book, to be a role model as a sports person, as a businessman, as a scientist, as an artist, any creativity, anything that is good for human evolution. More we are on that path, more support and help and guidance we can expect from our twin stars. So that much I wanted to share as an introduction and this healing practice. Now we will do induction of living light. Okay? Sit comfortably. Relax. Just feel your breath. Natural abdominal breathing. Bring your attention to your own self. This I am feeling in the center of the chest. Simply feel this feeling, I am, I exist. It's a notion or a feeling or a sensation in the center of the chest, or all three together. As you feel yourself, expansion happens. This presence expands through the neck, into the head, feel the center of your head, behind the forehead. There is awareness of emness, of this existence of your own self. Like there is a lens in the core of your brain that is focusing this feeling of the self, shooting it out through the top of the head. Feel how your existence, sense of existence, this emness, is expanding upwards through the top of your head. It feels like there is a similar feeling of I am as it is in your chest on the top of your head. and above, like there is a geyser, like a spring presence shooting up from the top of your head. With every breath, it goes higher and higher. And feel this presence approximately 1 meter above your head. This huge, benevolent, omniscient being, a spirit, an energy, divine structure, holding intelligent light of life. A star is conscious, living, hovering above your head. Just stay in this connection. And feel how the presence of human star, of our higher self, is falling down back to us, like we are standing beneath the waterfall of liquid light, like we are standing inside the pillar of light coming from our higher self and passing through us and around us and going into the earth. Feel this presence of higher self above your head, connected with the core of your brain. Listen to it, feel it. Feel these blessings, this flow of intelligent light of life emanated by it, flowing down through us and around us. Waterfall of liquid light. This light carries information, knowledge. It's coded light, and energy, power, and subtle etheric matter. That is nourishing and rejuvenating all our subtle bodies, purifying our aura, harmonizing all the functions of our nervous system, the whole body, expanding our consciousness, enriching our soul, and stabilizing connection between our attention and our inner self. By standing in this pillar of living light, you cannot forget yourself. You are your true self. Feel how your body is soaked in this liquid light of life. Every cell, every organ, whole body. Mind is calm and sharp. Feel how space around your body is energized, vibrating in the frequencies highest order. Thank you. This is very simple and very powerful induction, where you simply have the feeling of the self and the same or similar feeling of the presence above your head simultaneously. Simply connect with this presence above your head. from the position of your own self-presence. That's it. And what happens immediately, there is a constant flow, induction of living light. I feel it as I'm standing under a waterfall of liquid light. And that is very powerful healing method of rejuvenation, expansion of consciousness, but also method of protection and purification. It's like you're standing in the shower of golden light all the time, and especially when you need it. So any disharmonious information or energy or any kind of imbalanced influence that is thrown at you will simply be washed away by this continuous flow of light. You should test it. It's really powerful, so simple. So nothing can stick as an information or energy on your body and mind because it is continuously washed away and replenished with in its place pure living light is coming as a natural presence. So you can purify your body, your mind, aura, your consciousness, and also protect it by creating and maintaining this pillar of light. It's like a spiritual sunshine. You have your own personal sun, imagine. Conscious living sun hovering above your head, shining down on you. I mean, this is not some astral visualization. No, it's a real spiritual event. Okay, so that much I prepared for you this evening. Well, who prepared, I am not sure. I'm joking.